Guys, I need you to think out the box. I need you to make it pop. Because you see, our company is a leader, not a follower. I need you to innovate. My name is Van der Puchert, and this is Finding Frequency. I've heard those words in so many shapes, forms, and sizes over the years. It's actually scary. I even heard it this week. Now, when I heard those original words, it sparked my team and I to really work hard. Do some extra work, like really push the boundaries. And dare I say, we try to really make it pop. Side note, never say that to someone in advertising. Now, to tell you the result of that, my team and I went back to present our new idea. And as we laid out the plan for this new concept, the client turned to us, looked us in the eye and said, "This is great, I love it. But can you at least show me 3 examples of where this has worked before?" Unfortunately, radical innovation does not come with 3 or 4 working examples.
I'm Jacquie Mullany. I am an executive creative director at VML Y&R Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm also a stay-at-home mom, working from home. I'm also a teacher, a wife, and a 30-something-year-old woman trying to make sense of this new world that we all find ourselves in. I know Vanna, aka Stick, from way back. I started working at ft.Jacquie Tequila, and he was our head strategist. He gave me a lot of shit, but he pushed me. I think I would like to say that he saw something in me, and he pushed me, and he pushed my thinking, and he became somewhat of a mentor, someone who, whenever I did come up with an idea, I wanted to see his reaction. I wanted to know his opinion because he was brutally honest, and but it was in a good way, an honest, critical way that wasn't offensive. It was just true, and I hated it at the time because I was like, what would you know? But it pushed my thinking, and it made me better, and it made me tear things apart and put it back together. And that's something I still do today. In pretty much everything I do, I tear it apart and see if I can make it simpler, make it better. So yeah, mad respect. What have I learned about myself? Wow. So I always thought that Walking Dead vibes, zombie apocalypse hit, I'd be the warrior, kick-ass woman. Actually, I think I would probably be the person who barricades himself in a house and waits for help or death, which is incredibly disappointing for me. But yeah, this is really, it's shaken my world, and I always thought that I would make it through these kind of things. I've been through a lot in my life, and I've not only survived, I think I've thrived. And yeah, now I'm like, damn, this is hard. I've always thought I was quite self-aware, and I think I am. But I'm to the point where I know that I've got stubbornness, and probably get set in my ways. And as much as I always tell people to get out of their comfort zones, I quite like a comfort zone. And this pandemic has tipped everything on its head. It's changed everything for me. From business to being stuck in a small place with a family, having to, relook things in the industry, advertising, focusing less on awards or, doing work that just shouts, but actually doing work that impacts and adds value to people who really, really need it at this time. It's changed everything, and I'm still trying to get to grips, and I'm still trying to find my feet. And every time that I do think I found some sort of footing, something else just punches me in the gut and reminds me that, hey, I'm part of this world and I'm part of nature, and I need to be as fluid as possible. And it's hard. It's really hard when our lives are built on routine. They're built on work hours. They're built on rules. And now to be kind of retrain yourself to go, hey, I need to just go with this flow right now. It's fucking hard. So yeah, lots of lessons, and I don't think the lessons are going to stop anytime soon. But that's what I'm learning.
So how do I bring the idea of innovation and examples together with what Jacquie just said? Now, first of all, I need to add a little bit of a disclaimer, because there is a point I wanted to share, or at least run by you. Now, first of all, I need to acknowledge my own privilege, because I'm safely in an apartment here in Warsaw, and I do not face all the hardships that other people are facing at the moment. There's so much going on in the world. However, forgive me for kind of talking out of my perspective and the perspective of some of the friends and people that I'm dealing with during this time. Now, what is interesting, back in the day when I was working with Jacquie at the advertising agency, I was the senior guy. The one thing I never told her, though, is that my ability to guide her was really based on the fact that I screwed up so many times. From my screw-ups, I could help her avoid making the same kind of screw-up. So that's the only real benefit, experience. Now, through this pandemic, the one thing it's causing for all of us is that we're all starting from scratch. So finally, no matter how I want to see it or play this game, myself and Jacquie, we're equals. We're starting at the same start line together. And that's quite interesting, because now we can work together and figure things out as equals. The other thing, though, is that there's no examples. So whoever we work with is just going to have to accept that we are all just trying to figure this damn thing out. Hopefully that will open people up for more innovation and thinking about things a little bit differently, without the fear that they have, without having to lean on the crutch of examples and safety nets. Of course, we need to be calculated, but we're going to have to go into this future taking a few chances here and there to figure things out. So the question is, are you going to join people like Jacquie, set the pace and figure things out, or are you going to hold out and hide away until someone sets an example? Thanks for listening.